So it's all for play for still.
I think so. Do you want to bet against us?
Hello, Aston Villa fans, and welcome to For the Love of Paul McGrath podcast. And Jesus, there's 418 people after tuning. 419 people. It's growing. And it's after decreasing again. Thanks very much, everybody, for jumping in. Benny McCarthy is finally coming through. There's our big announcement. But we are going to do a full podcast after this, but we did want to jump on. We do have a bit of an announcement. We'll be making it there in a moment's time. But just going to give a few more people a chance to join and so on. But we are absolutely, we're over the moon with an announcement that we're going to make in a moment, as I say. And Paddy, I actually don't even know how to start this one off, because I had literally 2 seconds ago I was inside watching the last episode of Fool Me Once, and I'm completely thrown before I came in here to do this podcast. So I do apologize. For this, but we've as I say, we put something out there on Twitter there a moment ago or a while ago, just saying that we do have a huge announcement, and people have been guessing. And I must say, some of the guesses have been absolutely hilarious. From Paddy joining PGMOL to Neil shaving his beard. Joy Barton is Paddy's pregnant. Yeah, that's another one. Joy Barton joining as head of communications. I don't know about that one. Jemba signing. Paddy has launched his OnlyFans. That's already at a million. A million subscribers already. Sponsorships and so on and so forth. But what I'm going to do, guys, is I suppose I'm not going to do any more talking. We're going to play a little video, and hopefully this will do the talking for us. So see you back here in 2 seconds. Oh, wait. That was supposed to play, wasn't it? Talk amongst yourselves, because nothing is loaded. The beauty of live television, eh? The beauty of live or television. What am I on about? The beauty of live podcasting. Where the hell is that, and why won't it play? I actually can't find it now. This is very, very anticlimactic. Okay, right. Gonna have to go back to the old way. And do it the old-fashioned way. Apologies about this, everyone.
The joys of live podcasting. 740 people waiting on you.
There we go. There we go. Let me just see now. Will this load up here? Okay, we'll have to go with have to go with this one. Unfortunately, talk amongst yourselves. I do apologize. This is
You're such a tease. You've all these people hanging out. And
I had it loaded up and the bloody thing wouldn't play. I do apologize, as I say, everybody, but give me a moment. Hopefully this is going to whet everybody's appetite. There's 33 comments. Now, I do apologize. Let's go. Just go play a little video, and hopefully this will put everybody's mind at ease with regards to what it's about.
Fans call him God, and he certainly is.
Everybody's got so much respect for him, a lot of respect for him, and a lot of time for him.
Just phenomenal. This guy is just phenomenal.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Absolutely. Just like over the moon. It's been an interesting last 5 days. Let's just say when an amazing opportunity just happened to fall into our laps, and obviously you can't say no to something like this. It was just an incredible we call Paul McGrath God, and this was like something just dropped out of heaven, for us. And I'm still semi-speechless over it, to be honest with you. But it's bloody exciting because 3 weeks from this Saturday, we will be sitting in a venue with the man who made me follow football and made me follow Aston Villa Football Club. And I might faint, I might cry. As I said to someone today, I might hump his leg by mistake in excitement on the stage. But yeah, absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'm just kind of relieved that we can get this news out there, because it took a while to put together and get sorted. And just to give a bit of background to what's going to happen, we've got Paul coming to do a meet and greet with whoever wants to come, and afterwards we'll do a short little interview with us two guys, and we'll ask them some questions and just basically have a fun afternoon, nothing too serious. And then we have Sheffield United versus Aston Villa live on the big screen in the venue. So it's going to be a good old day of just having fun with our fellow Liverpool or fellow Villa fans. And yeah, I'm slightly lost for words, and just feeling a bit relieved that we can actually tell people now and get the link out for people to purchase the tickets, because that's important too, because we have to pay the bills.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. For yeah, but no, it's look as I've been saying to a couple of people, it's like it is the bucket list moment. I know we were talking previously before, when we did our last live podcast, and a lot of people were asking, "Oh, is it going to be Paul McGrath?" And I was kind of saying, "Well, I nearly have to close the podcast down if I ever got him on the podcast." But don't worry, we're not going to be shutting down shop. But it's as I said, I'm so looking forward to it, and it's in 3 weeks' time, which makes it even better, because it's the excitement will obviously still be there, and hopefully you guys will be able to join us. It's in a place called CASK in Limerick. Lovely new venue in Kilmurray there in Castletroy, just outside Limerick City, just on the outskirts of Limerick City. And we've got a big day planned, as I say, with meet and greet, photo opportunities, live podcast. We're going to do a live team sheet tantrum as well when Paul is gone, just before the Sheffield United game, as Paddy said. And then we'll have the match, and hopefully Villa will be able to, hopefully it'll be one of those games whereby if Villa win, they go top again. That would be nice, because imagine Villa going.
Wouldn't that just top off the day?
Wouldn't that just top off the day as well? Yeah. And actually, do you know what it is? I'm looking at my Twitter DMs already, and I've got people in Birmingham that are saying, what's the easiest way to get to Limerick? Shannon Airport is only 20 minutes away from Limerick. So if anybody wants any information, drop into the DMs and I'll be able to.
And also, it's worth reminding people that we're having this on during the day for a number of reasons, but a great reason is that we can cut down the cost for people who just want to do a day trip in Ireland and can drive there and drive back in the day, because it's on early in the afternoon, like our last podcast. So you can hang around and go on the beer with us afterwards, or you can make your way home. Plus, it's worth noting, there is a bus outside the door of the venue to Dublin Airport, so don't forget that too. If anybody is stuck getting into Shannon Airport, you can fly to Dublin Airport, and the air coach will bring you right outside the door. Air coach will
get you down for about 25 €. Yeah, it's the best thing in the world. I travel all over Ireland via air coach. It's the best thing ever. Yeah, you can't beat it. Yeah, so it's look, we wanted to lead off with that. We're going to do
Spicy Pricey was having a nap, Neil.
Spicy, go back to the start of the podcast and you'll be able to see it. But let's just say we're thrilled to bits with what we've announced anyway. Put it that way. You'll be able to see it. But yeah, look, thanks. Like literally, there's if anybody is interested in tickets and so on like that, if you are, I'll pop the link into the chat room here, just in case anybody is is interested, and I'll pop the link on the. So Shane Coleman is asking what part of Castletroy it's in. It's the Kilmurray Lodge. It's connected to the Kilmurray Lodge. You can't miss it. You literally can't miss this place.
For anyone that went to college in Limerick, they'll know the Lodge nightclub, and that's what it is now.
Yeah.
It's a music venue, Cask, so that's where
Yeah.
they'll be. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're really looking forward to it. And as I say, it's only 3 weeks time, 3 and a bit weeks, 24 days actually. Because I was counting, I was marking off. So it's so it's going to be like an advent calendar for me now. I'm going to be marking off the days between now and the event. But really, really looking forward to it. And as I say, hopefully a lot of you guys can join us as well. It would be great to have you there. Because and I'm sure I've never met Paul. I've never met Paul McGrath. I know you have, Paddy, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there may not have met him or got an opportunity to take a photograph. He's quite a private guy and stuff like that. So to get this is, I can't claim to have done anything with regards to this. Mr. Kelly was the man who got the information and was able to take the bit by the teeth and to run with this one. And am I delighted that you did, Paddy? Put it that way.
Well, I just worry about where we go from here, because we'll have completed the goal of the podcast. I think by the time this rolls around in what do you say, 24 days.
24 days. Yeah, 24
My God,
days.
there's people saying they have their ticket and all at this stage.
Yeah, I'm seeing the tickets pile through here now. I'm hearing my headset is going bing, bing, bing. It's emails from Yap City there. But so thanks, man. I'm going to pop the link in there again if anybody is interested. Obviously, tickets are limited within the venue. And as I say, it's I'll pop the link up there. There's a full itinerary within the link as well if anybody's interested about start times and end times and all that jazz. But it'd be great to see anybody there as well. Bruce is asking will we change the name of the podcast afterwards for the love of Steve Sidwell. Yeah, I don't think we'll be doing that. But I will say one thing though. I wonder how embarrassing. Or I thought I'd often feel an awful lot more embarrassment when I was sending an email. With the podcast name and things like that to the man himself. It's kind of, I don't know. It's maybe, it's like something a 13-year-old would do, I think. But I'm happy to be a 28 or 38-year-old, 13-year-old at heart, if that makes sense, for sure.
A lot of people are messaging about under 18s.
Yes.
You can bring an under 18, but they must be off the premises after the match. Which is approximately 7:30. But please bring sensible under 18s because it's going to get, people will be jolly and falling over people. That's what you don't want to happen. So please just be sensible about who you decide to bring with you. So, don't go bringing 2 and 3 year olds that are going to cry during the podcast. We've just got to be sensible about that. So hopefully people will adhere to that. Everybody will get their 30 seconds to get something signed and take a photograph, and we hope everybody respects that and give everyone the chance to get it done in the short period of time that we'll have. But we'll get to all that later on. But the important thing is that you get to come, even if you want to just shake his hand and keep walking, all good. But Dennis
is asking what date is it on? It's the 3rd of February, bank holiday weekend, new bank holiday weekend here in Ireland. So in the second year we've had a bank holiday on that weekend. So 3rd of February, Dennis. You have to fill up the car, come up from Cork. That's what you're going to have to do, Dennis. No excuses.
Somebody is messaging me there. They can't click that link from the podcast. So if you go over to For the Love of Paul McGrath on Twitter, it'll shortly be up everywhere else. I presume you'll have it on all social platforms.
Do you know what I'll do? Yeah, it's actually just gone live now. It's gone up on Twitter. You will see a tweet with the ticket link on Twitter as well from our podcast. Yeah, it's just gone live there since 10:15. So brilliant. Yeah.
Last time Derek Dean from Wexford said the last time he's in the Kilmurray Lodge he needed fake ID. Brilliant.
Alex asks if there only was a direct flight from Limerick to Texas. There is. It goes into Shannon Airport. Shannon Airport is the layover for most US flights. So you're in luck, Alex. You're in luck. That's where Shannon Airport is. It's you can get pre-clearance for Shannon Airport for flying US. So yeah, we certainly can. And we'd love to see you all there. But we will be talking about this more and more as the dates are going on, or as the days go on, should I say, Paddy? But it's been we'll move on a small bit to Aston Villa matters here. We can always come back to this as well, because I'll be honest with you, I'm fangirling or fanboying, whatever the phrase is at the moment, even thinking about it. But Aston Villa have had a pretty busy week, Paddy. We haven't really spoken. The reason we have been quiet over the last couple of days is just trying to get this over the line and making sure we could strike while the iron was hot. And lots happened in the meantime. There's been transfer link after transfer link. There's been
the only transfer I've been worried about for the last few days is getting Paul McGrath to Limerick.
The only signing, exactly, yeah. The only signing that we were interested in the last couple of days was getting that signed. But thankfully it has been. But there's been a lot gone on, Paddy. I suppose realistically, look, the crest is building steam. Great piece out there by Jacob Tanswell. I personally have always been on the point of I don't know if I can fill a full podcast on the crest. I've never been confident I can, because at the end of the day, I'll probably roll in behind whatever it is. Now I 100% understand the politics beside it and what we need to do as fans to make sure that there aren't decisions made without consultation. I'm fully aware of that. There are people who are in a better position to talk about that than me, though. And I've had a lot of people reach out in the DMs and tag me and stuff, and I will absolutely, I'll speak what I feel. I feel, if that makes sense on it, but I just don't have enough. I don't know enough, and I'm not in that industry, and I'm very uncomfortable talking about stuff that I really don't know, because and I know it's very much a case, if you can talk as a fan, you can say, do you like the new crest or do you not? I've already said it. I don't really like the new badge, but I don't know what to do about it, if that makes sense. So, Paddy, what's your view on it so far, I suppose, and where are you coming at it?
It hasn't really hit my radar in the last few days. I got annoyed at it when it came out first, because I was going, where did this come from, and why are we being told by somebody who's found this on the company registrations website or the copyright website or whatever it is, and not being announced by the club. So a lot of these things are starting to leak out, which never did before. So that's annoyed me a little bit. Plus, I had somebody video chat me today and actually show me the new shirt, and I'm like, what? Anyway, strange conversation.
Were you allowed to say that, Paddy? Were you allowed to say that in the podcast? Well, you have now.
yeah. I kind of am allowed. I'm allowed. Yeah. Somebody did actually video chat me today and told me to put my hands up like this, so I didn't screenshot the video. So I did actually see the short for a couple of seconds. And look, there's been so much going on in the last few days, Neil, as you know, trying to sort this out, that it was the first time it actually hit me when he showed me that today, to see this mock-up of a short with the new badge on it, which I could barely see in a couple of seconds. No, the badge is annoying, and it's annoying me to look at it, because I just think we probably could have kept with the Randy Lerner badge. But look, we were delighted when we got this guy in, who, if you ever get a chance, have a look at it's like a TED talk he did about the 76ers. It's well worth a watch, and how he turned around them from a business side of things. He's got the most amazing juggernaut at his disposal at the moment on the pitch. That needs to keep going. That's the most important thing now. And I think if things started to slow down on the pitch, then things like the badge, the short, the lower grounds, all these things will start coming up again. But I think for now we just got, it's out of our hands, and that's probably what's immediately diverted my attention away from it. I'm not that worried about it.
Yeah, it's like for me, there are parts I give my opinion on. Am I fully okay with the consultation piece? I'm probably not. But at the same time, I've read the FA rules, and the other side of me says, yeah, I think that they have satisfied the rules, because the rules are so flimsy. So from that point of view, I'm not all over those rules. I don't know them inside out, and I haven't spoken to anyone about them. I've just read them online like everybody else could. So my view is that they have satisfied those rules, that they've satisfied the rules, and that but once again, I don't know anything further on it. Am I happy with the badge? Probably not. Lee Haynes put out one today. I think it's an absolute sparkler. I think it's brilliant. Lee does some deadly stuff. If you guys aren't following Lee, I retweeted his design earlier on. Go and have a look at his tweet whereby he discusses and he kind of gives his thought process. Lee is a professional designer, so if we're to believe the leave it to the professionals line that was mentioned previously, Lee is a professional. And he put in his thought process and his design process and his design like how he got to where he got to with regards to it. And it's a really fascinating read, and I think the crest looks really good. And he's got some criticisms of the crest and how it's actually going to look when it's on merchandise as well, and some very valid things that so it's really worth it. So go have a look at that. But with regards to badges, I suppose, Paddy, number one, my Photoshop skills, as you've seen with the announcement video there, my Photoshop skills and my creativity skills aren't the best, so I wouldn't be getting into the mock-up side of things or anything. But I'll go on. Sorry.
You talk about leaving it to professionals. He got a professional to design it. There's no question the design is professional looking, but I think the vast majority will say that wasn't what we were looking for and not what everyone voted for. And it wasn't the case where, like the last time we were given a number of options to vote on, it was just like, here it is. And look, the club haven't made the announcement, and that's probably what's annoyed me the most. I would rather hear this information from the club than be leaked from other sources. So please, club, come out and tell us what's going on. We listened to Chris Heck before Christmas, tell us lots but tell us nothing. So come out and tell us when you're actually making these decisions, because we don't know whether there's going to be another copyright lodge and then we get a vote. Like that's what I'd like to know. Just a little bit of clarity to what the future is, and not just, well, this is it. This is what you voted for. That would annoy me. But look, we've as I've said previously, just a few minutes ago, it's what's happening on the pitch which has captured my attention for the last year. And as long as we can keep doing that, I don't care if we wear a purple jersey with pink spots and that badge on it. I really don't, as long as we're winning. So that is the most important thing, is winning on the pitch. The rest of it will fall into place. There's a number of things that annoy me since it came in, like the how bad the whole end looks with the top of the tee falling into the disabled section, which I think that could have been rectified very, very easily. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know enough about these things, but this is probably the one that irks people the most, because people like to go and get tattoos done and put this on their body and things like that. I can see why people would be getting annoyed. But look, it's not top of my radar at the moment. Top of my radar is getting Paul McGrath to Limerick in a few weeks' time. And that's why we're here tonight.
That's why we're here tonight as well. Yeah, absolutely. And but Paddy, Adidas have been announced as the new kit sponsor. That's something that we had. I
assure you, the shirt I saw was claret and blue. So
it was. Yeah, it didn't have pink spots in it. But Adidas don't do pink spots as far as I'm aware, unless you're probably some sort of French rugby union team. I think they like to have stuff like that on their shirts, like Stade Francais or whoever it is. But anyway, Adidas, Paddy, I'll be honest with you, I love Adidas stuff. Like, literally, I actually, do you know what? I've got 2 jumpers on. I'm bloody frozen over here, so don't judge me. But I just love Adidas stuff, and I think Adidas do a great job with any of their kits. Some people think they're very plain. I just there's just something. It just screams big brand, big name successfulness from Adidas, and I don't know why. I don't know what it's. That's probably their marketing that's kind of crawled into the back of my brain and convinced me of that. But the best wear Nike, the best wear Adidas, the best wear Puma, and we want to become the best. So why not be wearing the same shirt manufacturer that Messi wears? And I'm not talking about ones that you can pick off the clothes rail and put a number in the back of it and stitch your crest on it and go, there's ours. One of the templated ones. A bespoke design is what it seems like it's going to be. And I think that shows where the club has come from, and this is no disrespect to any of the other manufacturers we had, because like literally, if there was a poll for a kit manufacturer in the morning, Luke Roper's getting the gig. Like, you know, that's a fact. But it's you know,
And-
it's big, I think.
Yeah, Leighton has just said, I completely disagree with you both about the badge. It's more than just a badge. It's their identity. It has to be perfect. What the new crest is anything but perfect. Look, that's absolutely fine as well. I totally get that. I'm just riding the wave of what's happening on the pitch. And as a result, the things that are happening off the pitch are not really concerning me. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm sure when the dust settles and we're playing Champions League football next year, looking at that badge, I might look at it and go, I think we could have done better. I think we could have done better than that. But I really do stand over what I say. Purple and pink spots, if we're playing Champions League football and competing for trophies, it's not as important as it would have been, say, 15 months ago when we're scraping down around relegation under Steven Gerrard than it is now when you're second in the league looking at Champions League football next year. Strong possibility of Champions League football next year. So it is important. I totally get what you're saying. It's just right now in this moment, I find it hard to get annoyed about it. With regards to Adidas, I'm delighted. It does just scream. It screams, you know, AC Milan. It screams. You remember Liverpool and Chelsea putting the Adidas crest on the seats at their stadium, stuff like that. You know, that's how big Adidas are. And look, it's going to be a huge sponsorship deal, because that's what we need. We need that financial investment. We need the money to put the players on the pitch. And if we have to wear Adidas jerseys and they spend a whole lot of money rebranding, I don't know, maybe put the North Stand as the Adidas stand when they build it, you know, things like that. It's a way of generating income. And I totally agree with the guys are saying in the comment that Lee Haynes badge is fantastic. Our own Ronan Ward put one up there last week, which was good enough for me as well. So yeah, look, I'm finding it hard to argue on a week that we've just announced that Paul McGrath is coming on the podcast.
Yeah. And look, I don't. My biggest thing is, look, the badge will be. I will roll in behind whatever badge we have, because look, and the reason I say that is because I'm not going to boycott this stuff. I'm going to buy Aston Villa stuff because I love the club. Even when I look behind me here, come with me in this one. You mightn't be able to hear me, but we've got that crest. We've got that crest. You know, like, I've done it before. I've bought stuff in my short lifetime, which I like to think is short, at 38 years of age, following Aston Villa for over 30 years. You know, we've gone through 4 badges, 4 crests, Paddy, if I'm not mistaken. You know, including the new one that we have there. So I do think it is part of our identity. I 100% agree, and I 100% agree that it does need to be right. And I hope that the club do get it right. I just don't know enough about what the mechanisms are to get anything changed or the design around it. I just know that if you, like, as you said, if you were to put it on a pair of shin guards, I'd buy them. And I'm long gone from playing football, but I'd still buy those shin guards, you know. So anyway.
Tom says he can't see Adidas putting Villa in the elite bracket, maybe second bracket. I think this all comes down to how we're doing on the pitch. And remember, our owners have that link with Adidas. So they're not going to want second-rate designs coming in from the company they own or part own or whatever it is. I don't know the ins and outs of how much of the company they own. We will be really looked after with Adidas, I feel we'd have to be. It is an elite brand, but we've seen them send out generic kits. Like, I think it was Birmingham City and Schalke had the same kit or something along those lines a few years back. So I don't see that happening with an Aston Villa kit. It will be an elite kit. You saw the ones that Puma brought out last year with the thing in the middle and everybody was I just don't see us standing for that. I think we'll be standalone with our kits. There has been a number of poor ones. As a Celtic fan, I've seen a few poor Adidas kits in the last few years. So it does happen. But I put us in the elite bracket with Adidas simply based on the fact that we are going to be playing at the top level of European football, hopefully, and we have the owner sitting at our boardroom table. So time will tell, but I definitely think we'll be in the elite bracket.
Yeah, look, how it works usually is, and this is something that I can speak to slightly. How it works is that it's, and you may have alluded to it there, Paddy. I do apologize. I got slightly distracted by an email that came in. But how it works is, look, there will be escalators with regards to success. Newcastle are in that elite bracket because they're in the Champions League and they're in the Premier League, and that is like a double factor. Also, they do have a nation state behind them, whereby there's 35.8 million people in, and that's brand, it's brand dominance within that group. A country in the world that is flush with cash as well, So it's a lot more with Newcastle than it is just the northeast of England, or the north of England town that they have. Now, that's not to say that Aston Villa don't have an international fan base. We absolutely do, and we've got a fan base that probably spends more and punches above its weight more from that point of view, because we're a very successful club, and we're a club that's never really, outside of the Tony Jas time, we've never really struggled for fan bases and stuff like that. But I think, as I said there, the escalators, like, we get Champions League, we're in there in that elite side of things, and I would imagine that there are escalators there. And the reason being is because you can't afford not to have a team in the Champions League, in the Premier League as well, with all those eyes on it, and a team that has such a beautiful history like Aston Villa Football Club. You couldn't afford to have them not in your elite list. And I think it's all going to, there's going to be tons and tons spoken about it. At the end of the day, they're going to announce a figure, they're going to announce a length of time, and they're going to announce a shirt. And we're all going to fucking love it, I'd imagine, by the end of the end of the year. So, hopefully it's one that we all wear with pride.
Seeing as we come on here to talk about God, we got the God of kit creation in with a statement there, if you'd like to read it.
It wouldn't be second-rate designs. Top tier is United, Arsenal, Bayern, Juve, and Madrid. I'd expect this to be bracketed with Roma, Boca, etc. Yeah, which, hey, being the same bracket as Roma and Boca Juniors and stuff like that, ain't exactly too bad either. But I think Newcastle are in the top tier based on something I don't know. Somebody just shared something on Twitter that they were in with all Bayern and all those. But look, it's not us versus Newcastle. It's us versus us. And at the end of the day, if we're getting paid more money per year for a shirt from a manufacturer that we like, with a shirt that we like the look of, it's a win-win for everybody, I think, from that point of view. Just get a new sponsor in the front of it as well, and then the badge, and before you know it, we'll all be fashionistas then, before you know it. Be fantastic. I am looking forward to it. I really, really am. I'm looking forward to it as well. Paddy?
Yeah, and look, you mentioned Man United are in the elite. Look at the absolute shite they wear as a second kit. You know what I mean?
And the first kit. I think their first kit is probably one of the better ones they've had in recent years. But
I think anything with that crest on it just burns my eyes anyway. So
yeah, we give out about our crest and our badge. I've always thought the United crest is like, it's just really bad. It looks awful. It always has. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I got PTSD from the 90s over Manchester United badge. But I just never liked it. But anyway, that's a conversation for another day. That's another conversation for another day. Paddy, we've been linked to a couple of transfers as well recently. An old mate of Tyrone Mings was linked today, Wilfred Zaha. I can't see that happen in a million months of Sundays. I cannot see it happening.
Well, I think everybody who claims to know what we're talking about that linked it said it was a loan. Well, they must know something that we don't know, because we have Zaniolo has to go, or Longley has to go. So that's not going to happen until one of them is gone. So what's the point being worrying about that for now? But if he's on sale at 15 million and Unai Emery thinks he can manage his personality, then go for it. But seems like a strange one for me. Just really does. I don't know. I could be wrong, but part of me is saying that out of the corner of my mouth because I really didn't like him when he played for Palace, and I definitely didn't like him when he played for Man United. So it's he's just one of those players that always annoyed me, kind of a Robbie Savage kind of figure, you know, those eyes popping out of his head and the veins in his neck every time he turned to look at a referee. That used to really get under my skin. So look, if Unai Emery thinks he can get a tune out of him, and look, it's the kind of signing he would bring in a player of that age from what we've seen. If the deal was right, then why not?
Yeah, I think so too. It's yeah. Look, I can't see. I just can't see it happening. I can't see it coming. Like I can't see him coming in alone. That means Zaniolo or Column's got to go. But I can't see it happening. Then again, we could hear that Zaniolo's loan has been cut short next week. But I think somebody had up on Twitter today, and I don't know how they would know this because it was never reported at the time, that if Zaniolo plays one more game, it triggers his his purchase clause. But I've got no information on that. Couldn't tell you. If anybody else knows whether that's actually true, drop us a line and let us know. Because it's I presume that would have a bearing on whether we would keep him around or whether we would be able to sign anyone on loan, because we can only have 2 foreign loans in our squad at any given time. So bear that in mind when you see us linked to people on loan. One of the other 2 have to go. Would be that.
John Steele says, no to Zaha, to use a Limerickism, he's a goat.
You'll
have to teach people how to say that properly for when they come to Limerick.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think Philly D, did you miss the start of the podcast? No? Oh, sorry. I don't know. I was missing. I don't know. No. I don't know.
He just said it was amateur hour for some reason. I don't know.
I think it was to do with other comments, but I wasn't sure because he was asking them was the podcast sponsored by Adidas? Is that what it was? So I wasn't sure whether he missed the start of it. There's tons of comments here, so apologies if we missed anyone's comments. Ty Bracey is saying that the Zaha stuff. I think that is that what you're saying here, Ty? That the Zaha stuff is true? Because it's interesting. Like, I'm not saying no to him. He's talented and he's going to score goals for us in the Premier League. And I think, you know, a powerful runner like that is somebody that Unai Emery wants within his team. So I'm not saying no to him being here. And personally, I think he's one of those players that if he's in your team, you like him. If he's not in your team, you despise him. You know, and a lot of people out there would say, "Oh, I hate Emi Martinez." We don't hate him, you know, exactly, for his shithousery, you know. So get him in there and see what the story is. Oh no. It was the Zaniolo stuff that Ty Bracey was breaking news about Zaha live in the podcast here as well. The Zaniolo stuff. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure. I hadn't read that as well. So that would mean that, you know, if interesting, keep an eye out.
He's not going to, if he plays one more game, we have to buy him. That was never the case. Yeah.
Philly D didn't see the start of the podcast. He just got up. Come on, Philly.
Come on, Philly. Go back to sleep.
Go back to the start. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm under the weather as well, on top of everything else. I seem to be under the weather for the last 2 or 3 weeks, but we'll fight this. We'll be ready for 3 weeks' time. We'll be ready for 3 weeks' time as well. This is a good point from Sarko, actually. Great point, Sarko. You says that Emery wanted Zaha at Arsenal, but the board signed Pepe for 72 million quid against his wishes. And to this day, every Arsenal fan uses the Pepe signing as a stick to beat Emery with, even though we even know that it was the board that signed him instead. So, interesting one. Interesting one. D. Lorenzo says, why did you all doubted Leon Bailey so bad? Because he wasn't playing well at the time, and now he is, and now we fucking love him. Do you know why? Because he's absolutely playing out of his skin, and he deserves every single bit of, he deserves every single minute of game time he's getting at the moment, and his goals and assist return is just fantastic. He's blossomed into the player that we saw at Leverkusen, and thankfully he's doing it in Aston Villa shirt, and I couldn't love him anymore now. When we rolled out the bed sheet for David O'Leary, and I've always said this on the podcast, I'm an Aston Villa fan. We're allowed to be fickle, and you know, absolutely, Leon Bailey probably get a new contract out of it as well, and long may he continue to play as well as he's playing now. Absolutely brilliant, and love it. Absolutely love it. Anything else, Paddy?
Well, yes, I know we have a small matter of a game against Everton this weekend.
Yeah, we'll probably pop on tomorrow and talk about that. That's on Sunday, isn't it? I genuinely don't even know. I haven't even looked at the Everton stuff. It's just been crazy so far.
Yeah. Des is just signed in and wants to know what the big news is, Neil. So people are coming in halfway through the podcast. Do you want to just play that video again for people who've just arrived? Because there's
I will. I'll play that. So for everybody who's just arrived, here is our big news announcement. I can't find it now again. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment again. We'll have to go with this one, won't we? That was the problem the last time. Share and okay, for everybody who missed the announcement at the start, here it is again.
Fans call him God, and he certainly is.
Everyone's got so much respect for him, a lot of respect for him, and a lot of time for him.
Just phenomenal. This guy is just phenomenal.
Now, there we go.
It's a little bit real looking at that video, I have to say.
Yeah. We do need a producer. We do need a graphic designer. We do need all that kind of stuff. I do know, but that was one that I cobbled together with duct tape and a rusty saw last night to try and put that one together. And I'm sure there's going to be copyright strikes all over this YouTube video at some stage tomorrow because of it. But look, sure, what can you do? It's worth it. It's worth it. Do you know, Paddy, do you remember that Fickle banner? Leighton Castle, that Fickle banner was his, he says.
We're not fickle, we just don't like you.
We're not fickle, we just don't like you. Exactly. That's brilliant. That is brilliant. Leighton, if that is yours, I hope you still have that at home somewhere. Because that's folklore for Aston Villa. Remember that mashup cartoon drawing that somebody did last year? Name escapes me. I think that even made that banner made that mashup. Class. Excellent. Yeah. And Aurelio Gomez says we need a producer. We do. We need more than a producer. We need makeup. We need everything. We're shoestring stuff here. All right. You're right.
I just can't get over this, Neil. My phone is like the battery percentage just dropping by the second here because I've got that many messages coming in. So it looks like a load of people have booked tickets already, and I've had one message already from someone who's booked flights from Brum. So
the same.
Here we go.
I just said the same. Here we go is right. Yeah. 3 weeks time. As I said, there are tons of, well, I won't say tons of tickets. Tickets are limited, but it's a pretty big venue. So for people, I've had a couple of messages from people asking, will they be available come the end of the month? I sure hope so.
Sure hope not.
Yeah. Well, I sure hope anybody who wants to go can go, but we are limited with capacity, obviously. Although, Paddy, do you know what we might do? We might move it to Thomond Park. If it gets to that situation, we might move it over to Thomond Park, sure. Munster might be glad of the bodies. Everybody seems to be out for the season playing for Munster Rugby at the moment, so they might be glad of a few stocky fellas there to go in the front row like myself. So we'll see. But yeah,
look, we'll send more details later. We'll be in the venue till at least 9 or 9:30, and we can organise an after party afterwards, and we can have lots of fun. And if anyone wants to pitch a tent, they can pitch a tent in my garden. That's absolutely no problem. But it is the 3rd of February, so good luck to you.
Good luck to you is right. Good luck to you. From that aspect is right. Yeah, look, I've just checked the time there as well. It's I actually feel kind of emotionally drained after this announcement, because you know when you want to announce something, you're bursting at the seams hoping that it goes through, and literally we only got confirmation of this at like 6:45 this evening. So I've been bursting at the seams to talk about it. So thanks a million for everybody who joined us. Now hopefully, as I say, you guys can get down to Limerick to CASK on the 3rd of February. It's in CASK, John, and the 3rd of February
Can you imagine the man that asked that question can actually walk to CASK from where he lives?
right in the door from where he lives, exactly. Yeah, which is good. Yeah, so listen, thanks so much, everybody. Thanks a million for all your kind messages and all your kind words as well. A couple of you guys have reached out to me about one or two things. I will check back on those with regards to the venue and let you know ASAP. But thanks for booking tickets in the meantime. Yeah, for anybody else, as I say, the tickets are on sale. I'll pop the Yapsody link. It's if you go to Yapsody and just search for the Love of Paul McGrath, you'll be able to find us there. So that's the actual link. I'll pop it back in there once more. There we go. So yeah, thanks so much, everybody. We will probably be back. I don't know if Paddy, if you're available tomorrow evening, but I'm available tomorrow evening. We'll be back with a Everton preview tomorrow, and then obviously Team Sheet Tantrum and post match podcast on Sunday for the Everton game. It's Sunday, isn't it, Paddy? I keep on getting mixed up if it's Sunday or Saturday. Sunday. Yeah, for the Everton game as well. In the meantime, you'll probably be sick. I'm going to be flooding the Twitter sphere and social media with
look, everyone that's out there. You know, there's so many people following us. You'll do us a solid by sharing this, because we need to get the word out there.
Even if you can't go,
we've got serious bills to pay to get this off the ground. So if everyone can share it, and we get it, the more people that come there, the better. The more tickets we sell, the better. So happy days.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. So if you, even if you can't go, or if if you're a different part of the world or whatever like that, please share it out there so that as many Villa fans can see it, and maybe people are able to go and want to go and meet the God himself, Paul McGrath. These very few live performances, live podcasts that he will do in 2024. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised, and this isn't me hyping it up and I don't know anything, I wouldn't be surprised if it was the only one that he does in 2024. But yeah, it'd be great to see you all there. And look, it's a celebration of Aston Villa and a celebration of the great man himself. So you can do to help us spread the word. Right, I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks so much, everybody. Again tomorrow with the preview show for Everton. But in the meantime, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, and all that's left to say is up the Villa.
Up the Villa.